Hey guys, it's Ashley, your coach, and I just wanted to take a minute tonight and tell you guys once again how incredibly proud I am of you and all of the work that you're putting into this group, all the effort that you've put into it. Your motivation is just so incredible, and y'all are so inspiring to one another and encouraging, and I just love seeing you guys post. And even though we're well into our third week now, you're still active and you're still participating, and that just says so much about you guys and how dedicated you are to being committed to your fitness and your health. And I am so proud of you. So don't quit now. Keep it up, keep pushing, keep going, because I know you guys are going to hit your goals. I wanted to take a minute tonight real quick and just tell you guys a little bit about some stuff I've learned over the past couple weeks. I love to research and find out more ways that I can be constantly improving my nutrition and my health. And one thing I've been studying a lot lately is gluten-free products and how that affects us. And this is something that's really popular now. You're starting to see it everywhere. It's kind of taking over the market. And I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what I've learned about gluten-free foods. In a nutshell, if you don't really know what gluten-free means, basically when something is gluten-free, they've taken out the wheat or the grain that's normally used to make a product, and they replace it with something else. So 9 times out of 10, or most of the time, almost all of the time, they pull out the grain product and they put in either rice flour, potato flour, cornstarch, or tapioca starch or flour, or brown rice flour or rice flour. So it's the brown rice flour or rice flour, potato flour, cornstarch, or tapioca starch. And backing up a little bit more about wheat flour. Wheat flour, when you eat wheat, actually skyrockets your sugar levels higher than eating regular sugar does. If you eat 2 pieces of regular whole wheat bread, that raises your sugar levels much higher than eating, I think it's like 4 times higher than eating 6 tablespoons of table sugar. So it really boosts up your sugar intake, and it makes your insulin levels rise very quickly and very high. And when your body insulin levels rise, if you don't know this, the way that it takes in sugar and reacts to sugar is it turns it into fat. Your fat comes from eating sugar, not so much from eating fat. I'll try to talk about that in another video, but just for time's sake, just know that sugar, when your body processes sugar, it turns it into fat, and it puts it in your belly. That's your belly fat, and it lines your organs. You can't see this, but internally it's lining your organs with fat. So you've heard of fatty liver. That's what it does, and it layers fat around your heart or your stomach, all of your internal organs, and it's very, very bad for your health. It's related to heart disease, and of course diabetes, and all kinds of health problems can be linked to that. But when they pull out that wheat product, and wheat is one of the one food that can raise your sugar levels higher than any other food. But the few foods that can actually raise your sugar levels higher than wheat are rice flour, cornstarch, potato flour, and tapioca starch. So actually, you're making your sugar levels skyrocket even higher when you eat gluten-free products, and they make even more fat. So it's actually doing the reverse of what you're thinking it's doing. It's actually being worse and worse on your health. So I just wanted to encourage you guys, read your labels, and you may not want to buy gluten-free products. I'm going to stop. I was buying these things as well before I learned, they're just out there and they're everywhere and they look healthy, so I was picking them up for my kids or whatever. My kids love to eat waffles, and I pulled these out because I think this is the last gluten-free thing I have in the house. But I would buy these all the time for the kids, and they're usually organic. I don't think these are exactly, but I was looking at the ingredients, and yes, it's got brown rice flour, potato starch, canola oil, and soybean oil. Oh golly geez, that's a whole nother story. Corn flour, organic tapioca starch, and all kinds of other crap. But all those things are in here, so that could explain why my kids bounce off the walls after they eat these particular gluten-free waffles. Now we know. But I just wanted to let you know that, so keep an eye out for that. That's the biggest thing that we can do, is be informed about what we eat and what the general population, what the food companies want you to think isn't always the best thing for you. So being informed, I encourage you to be informed and research and research and research and research everything that you eat. Another little quick thing about gluten-free foods that I've seen a lot lately, and this really kind of ticks me off because they're just trying to market to you. I've seen a lot of gluten-free foods labeled gluten-free that's kind of stupid because they are already gluten-free, and they never had gluten in them to begin with. It's just a marketing strategy. But in things like, I've seen green beans and meat, milk, I've seen ridiculous things that had never had wheat in them to start with are labeled gluten-free. So things like that are fine to eat. You know, eating your vegetables, that's great. So don't stop buying those because they say gluten-free. Just know that's a marketing technique, and it's really tacky on their part if you ask me. That's my opinion. But just know that things that don't normally have wheat in there or grains in there that are labeled gluten-free, they're still okay to eat. So I'm still going to buy my fruits and vegetables and almond milk and things like that that never had gluten in them to start with. But that's all. I just wanted to take a minute and tell you guys that because I was fascinated with it and I got duped by that as well. So I figured that other people were, you know, picking it up because it looks great for you. But I just wanted to give you a heads up that it may not be the greatest thing for you. But anyway, have a great night and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.